You're now listening to the Sesame Baby Podcast, where we talk about our life and the unique moments we've survived. And now for your hosts.
Welcome everyone to the first episode of the Sesame Baby Podcast. My name is Miss Banks, and I am here with my co-host.
So easy on the mic, y'all. So easy.
And we have a special guest host, Cake Monch.
Woo! Cake Monch is in the house.
Yes,
there
welcome,
will be an applause effect sooner or later. It's coming. It's applause effect sooner or later is coming.
Yes,
Thank you so much for having me, guys. I get to be in the first episode, which you didn't get to be in, so it is an honor.
You wish you were. You wish you were.
You wish you was.
So this is the first ever episode of Sesame Baby Podcast. I'm your host, So Easy, and we're going to give you 3 facts. I'm 6'4", handsome as hell, and I'm cool as shit. And you're supposed to introduce yourself with 3 facts, too.
All right. I'm Miss Banks. I'm sexy as hell as well.
Okay.
I'm 6'5.5".
That works.
And I just lost 30 pounds in the past couple of months. I'm excited about that.
So she really means that when she says she's sexy.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I'm getting sexier. 20 more pounds to go, baby. 20 more pounds to go.
There you go. I got about 100 more, but all this 100 is awesome, so that's life. That is life.
Awesome.
So in the studio, we got Cake Monch. 3 facts about you. What's up?
Hey, I'm Cake Monch. My first fact is that I like to be fat. I like to eat.
Hey.
I'm a huge nerd, so I'm a big fan of a lot of fandoms.
Okay.
And I'm the tiniest one of the 3 of us. So
Yes.
I'm 5.
That's subjective because even though I'm big, I feel like I'm a tiny person, so I'm trans-weightish. Is that possible?
I don't know. I feel like I'm huge, so I feel like I'm bigger than all my friends, even though some are bigger than me. It's weird.
There you go. I guess.
With some weird stuff.
We also have a fan in the building who doesn't want to be named, but she or that person is.
She looking good over there.
Okay.
Yeah, she is.
Okay. Yeah, so here we are, Janae Banks. This show is about our life and the unique moments we described or survived.
Survives, yes.
I might have had like 2 gin shots that are working right now. So yeah, we out there, people.
A couple of shots.
But yeah, we're just gonna give you our lives and the way we see it, the unique moments we survived, and that's what you're in for. Hope you guys enjoy the ride. We are open to your feedback, so don't hesitate to go to SesameBabyPodcast.com and leave us an email or SesameBabyPodcast@gmail.com and just give us some pointers so we can do better.
Yes.
We're gonna evolve. This show will be awesome.
Yes, it will.
Okay.
We're working on it.
Yep.
Do you feel it?
Yes.
I do.
Do you feel it? Being
I
awesome?
feel it in my bones.
It's in my bones too.
Yes. So let's get into, basically on each show, we're going to start out with embarrassing moments, and we're going to have our guests tell their embarrassing moments as well. So Easy, do you want to start with your embarrassing moment?
No, Miss Banks. We're going to let you start with your embarrassing moment.
I don't want to start with my embarrassing moment.
That is a great question. I'm glad you asked me. You go ahead and start that.
So when I thought of embarrassing moments, the first thing that, popped in my head was like a traumatic experience from when I was going up to get my honor roll.
Okay.
And I had classes with my nephew. He's the same age as me. And he was kind of like, he would, joke with me all the time. So as I was going up to get my little award, first of all, I was embarrassed because they put my whole name out there. Janae Ashe Richard Banks.
Ashe, that's
first
fancy,
of all,
though.
that embarrassed me. But then
You just put your whole name out there, too.
You already put it out
Did
earlier.
I?
Yes, you
Oh,
did.
my
So
bad.
it's out in the streets.
I'm sorry. Don't listen to me. It's Miss Banks. Her name is Miss Banks.
Yeah. So as I'm walking up the stairs, I fell. I fell up the stairs to get my honor roll in front of the whole school.
Mm-hmm.
And
so that does happen?
Yeah, that happens.
She pulled a Jennifer Lawrence.
But listen, that was all right. But my nephew, it was completely silent when I fell up the stairs. My nephew, he screams, ah, to the whole, and then everybody starts laughing as I'm going up to get my award.
Right.
So that's my embarrassing moment. I'm traumatized, and that's why I don't like to get up on stage and speak, because of that moment right there. So that's my moment.
How old were you when this happened, if I may ask?
I was in the 3rd grade, so probably like 7.
Okay, that is
8.
traumatic.
Yeah, it was very
That
traumatic.
is pretty bad.
Yeah, if it would have happened to me now, I would have been like, all of y'all assholes. That's it. But if it would have happened to me as a kid, then yeah.
Yeah, it's funny. Yeah, it's funny now, but. But,
I'm not next.
You're not next?
Cake Monch is next. We're gonna go down the line. We're gonna keep some type of order to it. There you go.
Let's leave the best embarrassing moment for last. All right, so my embarrassing moment happened very recently, actually. I have a dog. She's a year old, and she's super cute, fluffy. All of my neighbors like her. And so that's fortunate for the story I'm about to tell. But for me, it was pretty embarrassing. She tends to run out of the house when we open the door, and she loves people more than dogs. So she hates dogs. She has no interest in interacting with dogs, but she loves people so much. So she heard a neighbor open the door. So she bolted out of my house, and she got inside of the neighbor's house.
Oh my God.
Oh, no.
And you know what she did? This is not the best part. It doesn't end there.
No.
She went into this apartment, to this guy's apartment. He's a fairly new neighbor, so I don't know him.
Right.
And she comes out with freaking underwear in her mouth.
No.
From the guy. And I was like, I am so sorry.
How does that
I am
happen?
so sorry. She likes chewing on underwear.
Freaky dog.
Yeah, she's
Dirty
a freaky
underwear
dog.
or clean underwear?
She's gross. Dirty.
Oh.
Dirty?
Yeah, dirty.
Like
She
a little
doesn't.
snitch?
She doesn't care if it's washed. No, she doesn't care about that.
She's not
No,
particular.
she digs into everybody's laundry. It's apparently my neighbor. So yeah, so she went into my neighbor's house, grabbed a pair of boxers, and walked out with them. And I'm like, Sansa, what are you doing? And I told him, I apologized. I was like, I'm so sorry. Please let me get her. And he was like, oh, no. Hold on. Because he saw her with like his boxers in her mouth.
No.
So
Wow.
it was a lot. I don't get easily embarrassed, but that
Me
was, my dog just made me look bad in front of the neighbor. I don't care. I didn't care as much after it happened, but during it was pretty embarrassing.
Okay. In the moment, it was something.
I would be more embarrassed if it was my underwear being taken out of the apartment.
You
like
imagine?
If I was your neighbor, I would have been mortified.
Wow.
If you
I'm
would've
sure
come
it
in
was
and
worse
took
for
my-
him. I did think about that. I'm like, yo, he must have been ashamed. Like, I
Did
just
you
saw
see
his
him
little
afterwards?
undies.
Like, did you see him when he took the underwear? Did you get the underwear back, or you kept it? That's a good.
No,
question.
I didn't touch that thing.
Okay.
I did not touch that thing. he just grabbed it. It was able to grab it from her, and I grabbed my dog and left.
Okay.
And I apologize.
You guys should be friends now.
Yeah, fair enough.
we are not.
No.
All right.
Okay.
I'm not friends with neighbors.
Oh, all right.
Gangsta. All right. I'm gonna go into my embarrassing moment, but before I do that, I want to encourage the listeners to call in and share their embarrassing moments at 347-682-2588. 347-682-2588. It's in the MixLr app. If you're listening, feel free to download the app. This way you can get into the chat and join in the fun. Listeners, also, you can write in the chat if you want to share your experiences. So my embarrassing moment goes back to elementary school. This is probably the first embarrassing moment that I could recollect. I sat in the back of the class, and I was naturally a class clown. So in the middle of class, the teacher, God rest his soul, Mr. King, he was a great teacher. He's teaching, and I had to sneeze. But I didn't realize when you hold it in, sometimes it comes out other places. And so it's dead quiet because I guess people want to learn in school. And so I go, ha! And I hold it, and all you hear is, bah, 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 bah. And I knew it was real because like my ass kind of hurt. So you know, like the force of the air, the force of the air was like that serious. And there was a girl next to me. I'm gonna give you a government because you might be listening actually, but it's okay. Jessica, I won't give the last name. And she was like, ew, you farted. And I was like, no, I sneezed. And she was like, no, you farted. But she yelled it out like in the middle of silence. It was bad.
Try to play it off and shit.
And so, yeah, I don't hold in the when I sneeze, I make sure I don't have to fart because I don't want that to happen again.
The tingles.
Yeah, there you go. It was really that bad. Like it was bah, bah, bah. And like my asshole hurt a little bit.
Oh my
so I know
God.
like the force of air was really that serious.
That is
I don't
hilarious.
remember it stinking though, but I mean it comes out your ass, so it has to stink.
My farts don't stink.
Yeah, okay.
They
Because you're not human.
Mine
always-
are deadly. I'm just gonna
My farts-
say that up front. and
Okay.
center. They're awful.
They only stick at certain times.
I don't do it.
awful.
I don't do it in front of people because I just feel sorry for them if I do.
Oh Jesus!
No.
Right. Well,
I
that's
have been
appreciated.
working with you for the past 5 years, and I've never.
Smelled
She's
her
never
fart?
I've never smelled her fart, but
Tomorrow,
I
you
fart
need to
on
hit her
her
with
all the
it.
time.
Hit her with an SBD.
I'm considerate.
No, she
I'm
was-
sorry. I guess I'm being considerate. I fart on you all day. Okay. Good embarrassing moment.
Yeah, well, it was my first one. I can recollect. I remember that early on.
Our early on experiences are the ones that define us.
There you go. It made me better. It made me better. But yeah.
Sorry guys for the sweaty face. Elliot has us roasting in here.
They can't see us yet. They
Oh,
won't be able to see
I thought
us.
we were live.
No, we're not. We're not Facebook. Like the recording is. Sorry, y'all. We're having a personal conversation on air.
No, we're not.
But it's recording, and then we're gonna release the video tomorrow.
Okay,
So
great.
on YouTube, Christine Banks in the chat says, "Me, Raph, and Raph's brother are tuned in."
Lovely. Thank you for tuning in, Cuzzo.
Yes, thank you for
And everyone
listening.
else. I see everybody else. Thank you guys for tuning in.
Yes, we
So-
have some ghost listeners also. Feel free to make a MixLr account, and then you'll be able to come in the chat and be heard, be noticed. Don't be shy.
Yeah, with your names and everything.
Yes.
So let's get into the actual show topic.
We have a topic, yes.
Yes.
Can I introduce it?
Go ahead.
So the topic for the very first episode of Sesame Baby Podcast is nosy neighbors. Wait.
Oh, Jesus.
No, is it nosy neighbors?
No, it's not Nosy Neighbors.
Oh, shoot. Sorry.
It's Horrible Neighbors.
Horrible neighbors. I titled it wrong, too, for the podcast, but it's all right.
Lord have mercy.
Well, nosy neighbors are horrible neighbors, so it goes one and the same.
Yep.
Yeah.
So horrible neighbors. I probably have neighbors listening because their noses. Oh, yeah, they might be nosy. So
Well, I don't have any nosy neighbors. I just have a horrible neighbor. So, you want me to go into my story first, or you want to talk about your neighbors first? Because my neighbors
go ahead, go in.
are crazy.
She
Let
has
it
a
out.
lot of hatred
All right.
inside.
I have a lot.
Wait, before we get started, we
encourage.
encourage our listeners, please call
call
in
in.
and share your story about a horrible neighbor. Yeah. Oh, everybody wants me to explain the name of the podcast. I will do that at the end of the show. Tracy Louis in the chat.
Stay tuned.
I don't
Stay
think we
tuned.
should.
You don't think so?
I don't think we owe an explanation to anybody.
No, you don't want to say it? If you say no, then I won't.
No, I'm kidding.
Okay, so.
No. Okay.
Jason M. Okay, so look, guys, feel free to call the number for the podcast. You can call in live right now and be heard and share your horrible neighbor experience. The number is 347-682-2588. 347-682-2588. I'm going to write that in our chat that we have. But if you're not in the MixLr app, you won't see it. So please download that so you can see it and call.
Yes. All right now. So let's get
All right.
All right now, let's get started. Okay, so I'm gonna give you a little bit of backstory into my neighbor. So I live in a basement apartment. So I have a separate entrance from all the neighbors. Entrance,
okay. I'm sorry, I'm just over listening.
Okay, entrance.
Okay.
Did I not say that? Okay. So I have a separate entrance from the rest of my neighbors, and you go through the side. It's a big black gate. So anyway, they live above me. So for the past, I would say month or so, somebody was throwing up on the front. No, listen, somebody was throwing up on the front entrance of our doorstep because all the fire escapes and the windows are above my apartment. So it could have been somebody from any floor, and we had no idea.
Disgusting.
They're throwing up, and they were throwing their ashes and their cigarettes all over the place. Very disrespectful. I think they hate on us because we have our own little courtyard to ourselves, but that's a different, story.
A courtyard full of vomit, apparently.
With a hammock.
Oh, yeah,
Okay,
with
let's
the
point out
hammock?
the hammock.
Oh,
Yeah, I
nice.
have a hammock.
All right.
That is nice.
And that,
Yeah.
it's beautiful.
Side note, Ms. Banks trying to get in the hammock is hilarious. Oh, wait, trying to get out of a hammock is even more hilarious.
I think I'll talk about that as my next embarrassing moment
Okay, fair enough.
for the next show.
Fair enough.
Actually, thank you. So, anywho, we were trying to figure out who was throwing up on our doorstep. And we couldn't figure out because it never happened while we were there. But one of my roommates, she was especially mad because she was walking in and she got an ashtray dumped on her. So she was like, she's been irate, and we've been trying to figure out who it is. So one day I left work earlier than normal, probably around 7.
Okay.
And I was like, okay, I'm gonna go home, I'm gonna relax, I'm gonna get some sleep. Finally. So as I'm walking through the door, all of a sudden I hear splat all over my arm, throw up. And it is the guy right above on the first floor of my apartment. And I just I don't even know what to do. I'm like, what the fuck? And I just
so you seen him?
I saw him and I screamed and I was like, you just threw up on me. I'm calling the police. And
nice. Stitches get stitches, but go ahead.
And then he just says, I'm sorry. So I just storm in the apartment.
He said, I'm sorry?
Yeah.
You apologize for him throwing up on you.
Exactly. No, he said I'm sorry. I didn't say I'm sorry.
All right.
But anywho, I storm into the apartment and I go and I get my roommate and I'm like, he just threw up on me. And we're like, let's go up there.
Did y'all put Vaseline on, take off the earrings, like y'all was ready to scrap?
No. So we were like, let's go up there. I'm like trying to calm myself down. And then my roommate is like, we're just going to go up there. We're going to be peaceful. We're going to, talk to them. Because the dude's mother is one of those neighbors that complains about every single thing. She yells if the door slams. She's that lady. So we just said that we're going to go up there. We're going to be calm and we're going to talk. As soon as we walk through the lobby of the building, he opens the door and he's like, I'm sorry. And we're like, you're sorry? And then my roommate just goes off. She's the one saying to be calm and she just goes off. She was like, are you going to clean it up? And he's like, I ain't cleaning shit up. And we're like,
oh, shoot.
So now you're in a war. You got to go shit in front of his door. You gotta let it be real.
I was thinking about it. I was like, we should, every time we're drunk, we should go to their front door.
Sober.
We should throw up. Do it sober?
Put it in like a paper bag and splat.
That's disgusting.
It is, but so is throwing up on your shit, so that's disgusting too. So one disgusting plus another disgusting makes it
but I'm not gonna bring myself down to that.
Okay, fair
level.
enough.
Oh, you're graceful. You're very graceful. I'm too petty for that.
I'm definitely petty.
I'm too petty for this.
I am very petty.
I wanted to be petty, but I don't know if I have petty in my soul.
That's
maybe
cool.
I don't know. Maybe.
So you saying you're not a petty person?
I don't know. Are you gonna call me out or something?
No, I'm not gonna call you out. I'm just gonna document it for this first episode. So when we're like further in and you do something petty,
I do something petty.
There you go.
All right.
Is throwing shade being petty?
Yeah.
No.
It's like petty on the lower end though.
I don't think so.
Why not?
Throwing shade.
Because you're petty.
That's not being petty. I don't know. Let's let our listeners speak to that.
Listeners, do you think throwing shade is petty? Feel free to comment in the chat or call in and don't be scared at 347-682-2588. 347-682 something 88. Oh wait, 347-682-2588. Call in.
All right.
We have Lauren Annette who says it is petty.
And then also Giselle said it's petty.
And Giselle. Okay, Giseller. Yeah, Giseller said it was petty. Yeah, she said you can just simply tell a person she's saying. So there's that.
Oh. I guess so.
Leckman says no, it's not petty.
Yeah. It's not.
You got somebody on your side.
You got one person.
No. Okay, anyway, so let me finish the rest of the story. Where was I?
So you went up there.
Oh, we're at the front door.
He said he ain't cleaning it up.
I ain't cleaning shit.
So that's how he sounded? That's how he said it?
Yeah.
How you say it? Do it one more time.
I ain't cleaning shit.
Okay.
So anywho, as we are going through this back and forth with him about who's gonna clean it up, we're like, what's wrong with you? Is something wrong with you? Because if you're throwing up every night, something has to be wrong. Like, you must have, like...
He's probably terminally ill.
You think so?
We have a call. Hold on. If I can find it, we will answer it. It's a work in progress, y'all.
Yes, first episode. We have some
All right, caller, you are on the air. Sesame Baby Podcast. Who is this? Who are we speaking with?
You're speaking to the Ambassador Shotlin.
Oh, the Ambassador Shotlin. My bad. Royalty. Hi, Your Highness. How are you?
Doing very well. By the way, throwing shade is not petty at all.
Okay.
Throwing shade is necessary.
Necessary?
Yes, it is, because people lack common sense. If you lack common
Amen
sense,
to that.
I must throw shade.
Ooh.
I must shed light onto you.
Okay.
Ooh, wait.
All right.
Yes.
I can dig it.
I'm
trying to figure out why she's laughing. Can you hear her? You're not supposed to be able to.
I did.
Through where?
I don't care now. I did hear it.
But how? All right, anyway. Ambassador, we appreciate that call. And wait, say that one more time. You remember what she said?
I'm the ambassador, Charlene.
The ambassador. No, I mean about your pettiness in the shade, because that could be a meme, because you're real with that one. We like, we like that. There we go. All right, so maybe you're not petty. When it's people are dumb, then they need to be handled that way.
Exactly.
But I feel like Ambassador Charlene, but I feel like you are petty.
Ooh.
How so?
Because you just said that. Well, we're talking about that one specific issue, but I feel like in other cases you might elevate to the scale of pettiness.
Define petty.
Damn.
It's subjective in this case.
That's very subjective. You're absolutely right. Okay. Well, call in when we discuss pettiness in a future episode, and we will get to the bottom of it.
We shall.
Defined
You might
and
want to
all.
be a special guest on that episode. Let us know.
Yeah, it's possible.
We'll see.
All right.
Have a good one, guys.
All right,
Thank you
take
so
care.
much for
Bye-bye.
calling.
Thank you for calling. All right, there you go. She's on your side.
Exactly. Anyway, so he's saying, "Don't wake my mom up. Don't wake my mom up," because she's a
All
crazy
right.
lady.
This is a long story, but keep going.
I'm getting to the rest of the story. It's almost done.
All right, my bad. I thought we were done with this.
Well, you guys keep interrupting me. Can I tell
I'm sorry,
my story?
but the call is coming.
The call, yeah. Thank you for calling.
Ooh.
Anyway, so
wait. Christine Banks in the chat says petty is an action, not an opinion. 2 snaps.
2 snaps for the love.
Okay.
All right. So anyway, he's saying, don't wake my mom. And we're asking him what's wrong with him. He's like, what's wrong with you? And we're like, nothing's wrong with us. So his mom ends up coming out, and we expect her to go off. We're ready for like a fight, a battle. We're ready for her to go in. She comes up and she's like, what's going on? So we tell her the whole story, and she's like, I'm sorry. And she just looks at us with her big eyes like, I'm sorry. And we're like, okay, are you gonna do anything? What action is gonna be taken? And we're like, is he gonna clean it up? And her only reply is, I'm sorry.
Does she speak English?
Yes, she does.
Okay.
So
because sometimes that's
like,
all the people know is I'm sorry.
Yeah, but then
And hi.
Then we're like, okay. So we're just gonna leave. So we leave, and we're like, wow, that was like not what we thought it was gonna be. We thought that she was gonna at least be defensive, or she was gonna curse out her son. Mm-hmm. So we walk in the house. As soon as we walk in the house, we hear crashing, banging, screaming, like
upstairs.
Yes, she is going in.
Wait. You might get somebody locked up.
How?
Domestic violence is a crime.
Y'all don't have. That's his mom.
Okay.
Oh, is that domestic violence? Okay, my bad.
So we just gonna say you heard noises. We don't know what happened up there, but you just heard noises.
The dude that's throwing up, he's like 30 years old. He's not like a kid or anything. So long story short, she ended up short.
We understand.
Short. She ended up kicking him out of the house.
Oh man!
Of course, he ended up coming back
cold.
like 3 days later. And she apologized, and she said that she was gonna put a bucket in his room for him to throw up in, that he was sick.
How about he just goes to the bathroom and throws
That's
up?
what I was thinking.
Is he really sick though? Did she go into that?
No, she didn't give any detail.
Oh, okay.
But
well, I hope if he is sick, he gets better.
I mean, if he's really sick, it's regardless. He needs to throw up in his bathroom.
Maybe he couldn't make it if he's really sick.
Every night, like, you've been having this every night. Now you know to put something in your room.
Maybe she's poisoning him.
Maybe.
He's eating the soup that she's making and throwing up afterward. He has no idea.
I mean, he clearly is hiding it from his mom.
We might have just solved the crime.
He's crazy.
Stop it, like stepping outside to throw up instead of
Yes,
throwing up in
he's
his
hiding
damn
it from
room
her, yeah.
or something and cleaning it up later.
How hard is it to get a plastic bag?
Exactly. I can do that when I'm drunk.
Maybe he has a crush on you, and he figured that's a good way to get your attention.
I don't know. He was trying to holla when I first moved in, but he was too weird for me. So, but anyway,
All right.
and I'm weird. So weird. Him being weird is weird.
He said, "What's my pickup line?"
Exactly.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah. Whose moment is next? Do you have any embarrassing?
I don't think I had. No. Well, we're not doing embarrassing. We're doing horrible neighbors.
Horrible neighbors.
I don't think I'm going to touch this topic. You had such a good story. I don't know how to top that, but Cake Monch might.
Cake Monch, you got something?
Uh-oh.
I mean, I don't like neighbors in general. I'm
So
not.
you're neighborist.
I'm a neighborist.
She's
I'm a neighbor
neighborist.
hater.
Neighbor
I'm a neighbor hater.
Neighbor hater.
I don't know. It's just I've never care to build a relationship with
before
neighbors.
you start, callers, if you have a horrible neighbor story, please call in, or listeners, not callers, call in at 347. I'm going
682-2588.
2588.
Don't be shy.
347-682-2588. Call in and share your horrible neighbor story. All right, my bad.
It's all right.
Back to cake, Monch.
But I've never took an interest in building relationship with neighbors like that. I don't know if that makes me ungrateful or whatever. Like, we don't have the most horrible neighbors in my floor, but we do.
What floor do you live on?
15th floor.
Oh, you're up there.
Out of a 21 floor building.
Woo, all right.
Yeah. But I live on the 15th floor, and my floor was quiet for a very long time because we had a lot of old people living there until, unfortunately, the old people passed away, and the apartments were handed to new families.
Old people.
I'm sorry. They were old. I mean,
elderly.
The elderly.
There you go.
The elderly.
Seasoned. Experience.
Seasoned. I love that one. You know what?
Seasoned.
Thank you. Yeah,
Right.
Seasoned people were living in my floor,
Right.
and unfortunately, they're no longer with us. Amazing people, but the apartments were handed up to new families, and we have this one family that lives across from us.
You got to see it in the video. It was hilarious. the
Oh
way she
my
said
God!
that.
This one family that moved in with two little demon children, and they just go around making all this noise after we've had so many years of just peace and quiet in our floor.
That's hilarious.
And these kids they're worse than my dog. They're worse than my dog. That's not okay. You can't be worse than my dog. My dog barks here and there because she's a dog. It's in her nature to bark at things.
So what
But
are they doing to be worse?
what are they doing to be worse? I'll tell you right now. They go out of this apartment every time they are taking, and it's like such a short trip from like their apartment to the elevator.
Right.
And just in those like, I don't know, in those like 200 feet of like space, they just make so much noise. They go
they
around
singing?
doors.
'Cause kids
They're
sing.
screaming, riding their tricycles and their bikes and all of their scooters and
hallway.
shit in the hallway, just laughing and screeching and
Screeching.
yeah,
I like that word, screeching.
Yeah, and they have like things in their hands that they go against the walls with.
Jesus.
Like
What
I'm like,
is that,
what
like-
you gonna key cars when you grow up? Like what are you doing to the walls, man? Like go back into your apartment or get in the elevator and get the hell out of my hallway so I don't
my
have to hear your
goodness.
noise. And my family works at different times of the day. I have I have a sister that works overnight. She's
Okay.
a nurse, and we need our sleep. Like some of us need our sleep in the morning. Like I understand that during certain times of the day you're allowed to be noisy or whatever. Certain times of the week you're allowed to throw a party or two.
Right.
But no. When you're right outside of my door and you're twisting my knob and
Just for
playing
no
and
reason,
just fucking with my door, it's not cool.
All right.
So
it's not cool.
It's
kids.
not. So
It's not cool,
that's
kids.
it's not. And their parents are like, and I don't understand what has happened to parenting and with like these millennials. Like, I mean, I'm a millennial.
No
I'm
neighbors.
sorry, but it's and I'm not a mother, so I don't know
All
how
right.
I'm gonna be parenting in the future, and I don't like
My
to be
kids are acting
judgmental
like
about
that.
that. But damn, son, like do something. Like his dad, like their father is like, no, Michael.
Oh, he's no heavy discipline. It's just he's
don't
trying to
do
teach him
that.
like a grown up.
No, stop. Quiet. Smack that child in the back of the head so he understands for
Yeah.
once. Like it's not like this soft-spoken like commands are not okay anymore if your kid keeps doing it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Right.
So that's my horrible neighbor story.
Wow.
They're so loud that they've received complaints like
Okay, so it's not
written
just
complaints.
you.
It's not just
multiple
me.
people, all right.
It's like everyone really dislikes them because they just don't know how to control their kids. And they're adorable kids when you see them at first, but then they make all this noise when you're trying to go to sleep or when you're trying to watch your favorite show. Like if I can't hear my show because your kids are making noise, that's not okay either. Like
True.
it's just no. Scream all you want in your house. Keep it to a, I don't know, if you want to scream, keep it to a 6, but if you're at a 12
to
all
a
the
6.
time, no.
Okay.
No.
It seems like it really causes you distress. So hopefully
It
they
does.
get it together.
She might turn into one of those like old, not old. What is the word? Seasoned. Crotchety lady.
There you go.
when she's older.
I know.
Like,
you imagine?
You're gonna have your like shotgun out there. Like, get away from my door.
We got Tracy Louie in the chat who says you should make noise right outside their door. I agree. Just get you a pan like that chick from the Bad Girls Club.
Oh my God! You ain't gonna get sleep because of young. You ain't gonna get sleep because of me. Like that.
Yes.
Yeah.
Exactly. Just give it back
What was
to
her name?
them.
Taisha or something like that?
I don't know.
I
don't remember, but she's great.
Yes.
Those were two great horrible neighbor
Tanisha,
experiences.
yes.
Tanisha.
Yeah. She's great.
All right. Here we go. Who wants to be first? Miss Banks or
Oh, dude,
Cake
are you
Monch?
gonna explain what we're doing?
All right, folks that are listening, we have a wonton soup container full of a random question. The name of the game we're about to play is you got 5 seconds to name 3 of these things. And we're going to pick a random one out the cup and they're going to go. So Miss Banks is first.
All right.
So I'm picking the first one, y'all.
Why do I always have to be first?
Because
you down the line. Sit in the middle,
there
so
you
you
are.
gotta be
There
first.
you're middle. All right. The question is name 3 role models that are influencing you currently. If I had a boo sound effect, I would definitely play it right now. But so you got 5 seconds to name 3 role models that are influencing you currently. We have no way to know if you're lying or not, so just go.
You said 3 male?
Okay, she got it wrong. Next question. Nah, I'm just joking. Now we're gonna pick a different question because it's supposed to be something that we can verify. Because how do the listeners know if you're telling the truth or not?
What does it matter?
See, this is a better question. Name 3 songs released in 2002. Go. In the 2000s. Here we go. We'll make it easy. In the 2000s, you get 5 seconds. Go.
I don't care where you're from. I don't care what you did.
5 seconds are up.
Love me. No,
5 seconds are
that
up.
was
You
too
failed.
much.
It's 5 seconds.
All right.
To name 3 songs. All right.
I think
No
it should be
pressure.
7 seconds to name 3 songs.
Well,
No,
then
never
it'll be a
mind.
different game.
I was trying to name a Backstreet Boys song.
Wait.
I would have just said, I would have responded, I'm a smart ass. I would have responded like the entire Backstreet Boy album. The entire shit that came out. Well,
Yes.
no, it came out in 1999 unless you're
No, it
talking
did?
about,
Alright.
yeah.
How do you know the
Millennium.
dates?
Millennium.
Okay.
Oh,
Millennium
yes,
came out in
Millennium.
1999, but if you're talking about Black and Blue, it did came out after, and there's...
Ooh, okay.
Backstreet
All right.
Boys aficionado.
Next up, listeners, the next question for Cake Monch is going to be: you get 5 seconds to name 3 characters in the Justice League. Go.
Wonder Woman, Batman, Superman.
Boom.
Boo.
You were good at this.
You're talking
job.
to a nerd right here.
I might fail.
All right.
I hope you get something.
Next question's for me, Cake Monch.
Name 3 assholes.
I'm not going to answer that question.
Oh, come on.
We're going to pick a different.
Your asshole, Sabrina's asshole, and my asshole.
All 3 of us, that's
Thank you,
it.
Miss Banks.
Yeah.
All 3 of us have
Asshole.
anuses.
Why are you scared, why are you scared to name assholes?
No,
I
because
feel
we're
like
gonna do it. We're
assholes
gonna do
know
a
they're
swear
assholes.
jar,
Oh, okay.
and we're each gonna put $1 in each time we curse, and then we're gonna have a contest for the callers when we come to the end of the season, where they can win the contest in that swear jar.
Oh, that is a
That's
good
a really
idea.
that's a really good
That's what
idea.
we're gonna do.
You watch New Girl?
No,
Oh, okay.
who's
All right.
new girl?
Why they had that in there?
Yeah.
Oh.
You remember Schmidt? He had the swear jar.
I didn't watch it after they switched out the black man.
Okay.
Oh, I mean,
It was weird. Like, how
Speaking
do
of
you
Black
have-
Man,
what do
it's
you-
Black History Month.
Oh yes.
Yeah. So, I could leave with a Black History Month story. We're about to wrap this up, aren't we?
Yeah.
All right, so we're going to wrap this up, folks. We appreciate you listening in. Please feel free to still call 347-682-2588.
2588.
2588. Call in. You could talk about your embarrassing moment. You could talk about your horrible neighbors. Or we could ask you a random question on air if you feel like you're up to the challenge. So for my Black History Month, I'm going to... are we going to do one each show this month? Okay, there it is.
Oh, you want
So
to?
I remember as a child when my father had me write a 3-page essay on the Rodney King beating. That is my Black History Month experience. Like, it has to do with
Can
a
you
black
give us?
person.
I mean, can you?
No, that's just it. That's
That's
it.
just
that is
it.
it.
All right.
That's it. I mailed it away. I can't get the package back.
yeah.
Like, that
He's
is
like,
what
I don't
it
want to write. I don't want to have to tell the paper on air.
Oh,
Like,
okay. I thought you were gonna describe it a little bit.
is.
I already wrote the paper. That was.
Well, my daddy was the first black man to fly the Pope.
Okay, that's
That's
great.
nice.
That is great.
I don't know which Pope.
Okay,
He fly one of them.
was Pope a pimp?
I don't know.
It could have been.
I wasn't
all right.
even born.
Okay. All right. Thank you everybody for listening in. This is the very first episode of Sesame Baby Podcast. We talked about embarrassing moments, horrible neighbors, Black History Month, and random questions, and even anuses. Feel free to send us an email at SesameBabyPodcast@gmail.com. Please send us an email. Let us know what your thoughts. Give us ideas. Help us be better for us and for you. We work together. We'll grow as a community. I am your host, So Easy.
And I am your co-host, Miss Banks. Thank you for listening, and thank you for coming on the show and being our guest.
Yay!
But what about Cake Monch? You gotta say goodbye to her.
That's what I just said to her.
Oh, you were talking to her when you said it.
Yeah.
Folks, thank you for listening. Once again, this is episode 1 of Sesame Baby Podcast.
You're now listening to the Sesame Baby Podcast, where we talk about our life and the unique
All right, wait. I had to come back, y'all, because I definitely played the intro for an outro. Don't judge my life. Mistakes happen. That's how you grow. So we're gonna try it again. It's gonna be a redo. Just ignore the last 20 seconds of your life, all right? And so we're gonna end it saying, "Oh, that's a great show. Yeah, you guys are great. Hopefully you told. Oh, we didn't even tell them to tune in. All right, so tune in. Oh wait, I cut the mic back on. I guess everybody wants to talk.
I can.
All right, so we're back. We, you know what? Hey,
Encore, bleep!
all right, yeah. All right, psych your mind. We tricked you. We weren't leaving. We tricked you guys. We're back. So, yes, every Thursday, 7 p.m. tune in to hear us. It's the Sesame Baby Podcast. Our special guest was Cake Monch. I'm So Easy, your host, one of your hosts. And you have...
Sorry, I was not paying attention. I spaced out.
You have Miss Banks.
Oh, you had that look.
You have Miss Banks just randomly staring at me, but not even being here, but that's fine. Sesame Baby Podcast, episode 1, guys. Thank you so much for listening. Please tune in next week. Like our Instagram, Sesame Baby Podcast. Like our Facebook, Sesame Baby Podcast. Please email us, SesameBabyPodcast@gmail.com. Give us ideas, suggestions. Let us know how to be better. For every email that we receive, you will receive a special gift. So please leave your name and your address. We'll be mailing that out to you. Have a beautiful night, y'all.
You've been listening to the Sesame Baby Podcast. For more info, check out SesameBabyPodcast.com. Sesame Baby Podcast returns same time next week. Brought to you by JenileProductions, Loud, Living Out Your Dreams clothing line, and Malcolm Alexander Art.